Happy daylight savings time? Nobody feels that way. Everybody knows how absolutely ridiculous the concept of that is. But maybe you got an extra hour of sleep. Or maybe you stayed up all night watching the 24-hour stream for Extra Life. Like I did. Either way is all good, my friends. Evolve, hello! It's great to see you here. October's been insane, so now we're in November and I'm like, okay, let's get back to streaming. I definitely miss it. And it feels good to be back. I don't know if that's gonna work, but that's okay. How have you been? How are you feeling? I'm just gonna set up the space here. Oh. I have a box on my face. Did it go away? Okay. I'm getting over being sick. Other than that, I'm alright. Oh, well, I'm glad you're feeling better or on your way to recovery. Sorry you were sick. That's never fun. Is it winter by where you live? Good morning, Ethereal. Happy Sunday. Happy day after Extra Life Day. Yeah, the box is gone, right? Okay, good. You know, just trying to exist here on the internet. Let's set up our space. Yeah, box is gone. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm in Chicago. It's nice today though. Oh yeah, but I feel like it's like in the 30s. Isn't it? I might be wrong. Glad it's a nice day though. Cali girl now. Actually, is the music too loud? 30s is not as nice as 70s. Yeah. It's been in the 60s here. If it makes you feel any better. I don't know why somebody else's unhappiness would make somebody else feel better, but it's been in the 60s. It's like cloudy. Look at that. I mean, not like in the middle of the day. Got it. Thank you. 57. Oh no, 57's nice. It was like 64 yesterday here. So I feel like high 50s is, I mean, I wouldn't say like nice, like out in a t-shirt, but it's definitely like, it's sweater weather. That's cool. Don't need that countdowner anymore. Okay. I was kidding. Oh. Yeah, no, it is true. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of the cold, my friends. Okay. So does anyone have anything specific that they want to work on today? Any poses that you guys want me to get to? I was thinking about just doing like a nice, easy class. Like it's been a few weeks for me too. I've just been like walking a lot. I haven't even been running that much. I have been like stretching, but not like practicing that much. So I just want to like ease back into it. Um, Maybe about an hour-long class, like including meditation and shavasana. I have my Extra Life blue sound bowl. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work because I'm the one who did it. I didn't have help, so maybe. Yay, it does. Okay, so it's the end. So it's Extra Life weekend on Twitch. I think like a lot of people know what that's about. It's for the Children's Miracle Network, and yeah. So this year, my husband's team has raised $18,900 for the Children's Hospital. So that's really dope. And yeah, if you're feeling like you need a random act of kindness today, then that's something that we've been working with that organization for over, no, this is year 7, so for 7 years. And just like the testimonials and that we get from the kids and the contact we've had with the hospitals has been just like so overwhelmingly positive and touching. So we're really happy to and proud to work with them again this year. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. People can ask me questions or whatever. But for class today, everything that I lead you through is an invitation. So don't feel pressured for anything to look a certain type of way. I'm more interested in it feeling good in your body. We'll start with a seated meditation. I'll guide you through it. I'll be talking the whole time. So a little space for silence. Then we'll go into movement, like mostly yoga. I think we're just going to do a nice easy yoga class today. Maybe a little joint resiliency and lymphatic shaking. We'll see how we feel. And then we'll end with a nice long shavasana final relaxation pose. Once again, I'll guide you through a body scan meditation and play some crystal singing bowls for you, which I think are finding a new home like really soon. So while we have them, I want to play them, and yeah. So let's pause that. Come to find a comfortable seated position. I like to sit just with my hips a little bit elevated. It just helps with the anterior tilt, just like a little tilt of the hips forward. It just makes it easier to sit right side up. Hands come to rest on the lap, either palms down to ground down or palms up to give and receive energy if you feel you've got a little extra to give today. Seated up nice and tall like there's a string pulling you up from the crown of your head towards the sky. Chest comes over hips and head over heart. Your eyes can close if that's comfortable. If not, just a soft gaze beyond your legs is fine. We'll start with 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose, shoulders rise up towards the ears, and an audible sigh out the mouth, shoulders drop away. And allow the breath to continue in and out through the nose if that's available. Returning to a natural breath's pace. Take a moment here just to arrive. Let go of everything that came before and everything that's to come up after. And just become present to yourself here in this moment. Here in this space. Begin to allow sounds into your awareness. Just allowing the sounds to come to you, perhaps birds or passing traffic in the distance. Or the sound of a refrigerator running, radiator humming. Allowing all sounds in, all part of this moment, this experience. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. And feel the weight where your body makes contact with the ground below you. Weight of your hands on your knees. And just get a general sense of how the body feels. And begin to scan the body from head down towards toes. Checking in for any places of tightness or sensitivity. Any restlessness or fidgeting. Just using this information to work into those places throughout the movement practice. When the mind wanders, bring it back to the body. And we'll shift that awareness from the body, Annamaya Kosha, to the energetic level, Pranamaya Kosha. Just notice where you're at energetically in this moment on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being exhausted, fatigued, ready to crawl into bed, 10 being so full of energy it's hard to sit still. And shift that attention to the breath. No need to change it, just observe inhalations, exhalations, and whatever space in between. Unclench the jaw, allowing space between top and bottom teeth. Seated up tall, just notice if you're slouching. And just observing the quality of the breath. How deep or shallow. How symmetrical or sporadic. And shifting the attention from the breath to the mind, Manomaya Kosha. Allow thoughts and feelings to arise freely for the next few moments, whatever your mind wants to think about, let it go. And reining it in, just notice, what are the quality of the thoughts today? Do they have a positive or a negative tilt to them? Are they ruminating on the past or attempting to predict the future? Not right or wrong, not good or bad, just something to notice. We'll bring that attention back down to the breath. This time actively expanding the breath. Every inhale sips in a little more air. And every exhale lets something more go, pulling belly button in towards spine. Inhales, fill belly like a balloon expanding. And exhales, squeeze all the air out like a sponge, wringing out dry. And bring our hands to meet at heart center, palms pressed together in Anjali Mudra. No space between the fingers and the thumbs press into the sternum. Consider here setting an intention or a dedication for your practice, your reason for showing up to the mat today. The invitation is just to set it in the positive and present tense, as if it's happening right now. So it might sound something like, I flow through life with ease and grace. And we'll seal that intention with the sound of Om. You're invited to chant along with me, of course. First, a cleansing breath. Allow your hands to release to your lap. Chin drops towards chest. And on an inhale, right ear rolls over towards right shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. Left ear rolls to left shoulder. Just allowing the head to gently roll side to side like this. Eyes can even stay closed. The next time the head rolls through center, get up to neutral and just begin to roll the shoulders forward. Just working into the upper back, space between the shoulder blades. Really, there's no wrong way to do this very beginning part of class. It's just checking in head to toe. Is there anything that calls out to us? Change directions, rolling the shoulders back, opening up the chest, the space between the collarbones, or around the collarbones. And this next one's for all of my people who experience neck pain. I'm just going to turn to the side to show you what it looks like. You can stay facing forward, of course. Shoulders down, stays completely still. Just the head's going to move here. Chin tucks down towards chest. Nose reaches towards the ground, towards the wall in front, towards the sky above, towards the wall behind, and then chin tucks back in. So I'm working on making a circle with my head, try to get to the very edge of your range of motion. So you can go slow. It's not about the number of circles you get through. It's just about exploring the edges of your flexibility. There's no rush to get anywhere. There's no clearly defined goal to pursue. This is just exploration. Change directions, so chin is reaching forward, down towards the ground. Slide it all the way up towards the sky, and begin again. So there's no beginning or end, just a continuous cycle. Bring it to center. And just drop the ears side to side here. Shake that out. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Light. Inhaling, arms sweep up overhead, reaching tall out of the waist. And exhale, right hand releases down. Left arm reaches over, side bending. Inhale up through center. And exhale over to the left. Right arm reaches over now. Just giving a nice deep stretch. Inhale up through center. And exhale right. So I'm keeping the left hip glued down to the ground. So I'm really trying to open up the space and the length between shoulder and hip. Following the breath, we bring it to the other side. Just following your own breath here. If it even helps to close your eyes, that's just fine. That's totally welcome. Just opening up the side body. We'll bring it back up through center and exhaling, twist to the right. Left hand lands on right knee, right hand lands on the ground behind you. And using that grip, pull the right shoulder back. We're opening the chest towards the side wall. Inhale up through center. And exhale, like wringing out a sponge, we twist left. Inhale, rise center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Got one more to each side at your own breath space. Arms meet back overhead. And then bending in the elbows, hands come to like shoulder height. Just wave out the hands. We're just warming up the wrists now. Palms slip down towards the ground, just to the furthest edge of your flexibility there, and fingers wiggle as we turn hands side to side. So just the hands are turning. We're just warming up all the ligaments and tendons, muscles in the hands and wrists. So shoulders and elbows don't have anything to do. Palms flip up towards the sky. Now you're really reaching back. It's like you're trying to get your fingernails to touch your forearms, fingers spread wide. And we rotate. Once again, elbows and shoulders have nothing to do here, just the wrists and the hands are doing the work. This should feel actually quite a bit fatiguing. If you're hearing like grindy, clicky stuff going on, right? It's not good, but it's not bad either. It's just something to notice. Like, okay, so interesting. One wrist clicks different than the other, or whatever you might be experiencing. Just learning, practicing to make these observations without adding judgment to it. All right, just like you're shaking off water, nice and gentle. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's wake up our lower body. Extend your legs out in front. Ooh. If you're on a pillow. Spread and scrunch the toes, roll out the ankles. Change directions. Ooh. Some dog sitting. A German Shepherd dog, and so I'm usually covered in dog hair. You guys can't usually tell because I wear dark colors and Lucy's black, but this German Shepherd dog has like blonde hair, like reddish blonde hair, so I'm just like covered in, you know, he's very cute though. All right, let's bend in the knees. Feet come mat's distance apart. You can also be on your mat this entire time. I'm just like always not on my mat. It's just there for moral support. All right, we'll drop the knees side to side here. Just let the feet be far enough apart that when the knees fall, they land on the ground or close to the ground, not on top of one another. So you really have space to wake up the hips here. And the next time the knees fall over to the right, bring the hands to frame the right knee, and we'll come into tabletop pose. A little dark, but I don't think I can fix it. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to move back so that maybe I got more sunshine working for me. Boop. There we go. Cool. So here we are in tabletop pose. Hands below shoulders, knees below wrists, no, knees below hips, fingers spread wide, and then inhale, belly drops, hips and chest rise for cow pose, and exhaling around in the spine, chin tucks towards chest for cat. Following the breath here, inhales for cow pose, exhale for cat. Let the speed of your body be informed by the length of your breath. And the next time you exhale into cat pose with chin tucked in towards chest, really squeeze out all the air from the belly, rounding in the spine, pressing up into the space between the shoulder blades. Bring tension to the body, squeeze tight, scrunch toes, keeping all the air out, 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 and release to neutral. Take a deep breath in, side out. We'll extend the right leg up and back behind you. Roll out the ankle a little, then heel presses away as if you're pressing the wall back behind you away. And we're not going for as high as possible. We're just keeping the hips nice and level. Left arm reaches forward like you're going to shake someone's hands, and the gaze stays down towards the ground. And it's really tempting to just like keep your eyes on the screen. But here, let's just give the neck some space. No need to squish the cervical spine after we just did a bunch of work to loosen it up. This is called extended table. So I'm really pressing back through my right heel and reaching through my left fingertips. Deep breath in here. I'm going to release the left hand down to the ground, the right knee down to the ground. Left leg sweeps up and back behind you. Maybe roll out the ankle a little. Then flexing in the heel, so the toes are pointing towards the floor. Just notice if your hip is popped up or your leg is reaching up. Instead, you want the heel the same height as your back. And right hand reaches up in front of you like you're going to shake somebody's hand. So I'm trying to get all of this in the same level, extended tabletop pose. Notice if you're sinking into this left arm and just press the ground away. Go on nice stable table legs, if you will. So we're working on breathing fully while still engaging the core. You'll know your core is not engaged if your belly starts to drop like cow pose. So it's all zipped in. Actively reaching through the right fingertips, through the left heel. It's going to help hold you in place. Nice work. Right hand releases down, left knee releases down. Let's step the right foot up on the outside of the right hand, left foot up on the outside of the left hand. So feet are nice and wide towards the edges of the mat. And inhale to a halfway lift with hands on shins. Exhaling, hands come down, knees bend, and drop the hips for a low squat, Malasana. So we're just going to extend the legs straight, Uttanasana, forward fold, and then bend the knees. Malasana, deep squat. So we're just going between these two. We're just playing with these shapes right now. It doesn't have to be the deepest squat of your life. It doesn't have to be the deepest forward fold of your life. Just waking up the legs. And the next time your legs are extended straight for Uttanasana, forward fold, we can come into Ragdoll. You can give a little bend to the knees, grab opposite elbows, creating a frame for your head. And give yourself a little sway, just like a Ragdoll. You can go in any direction, forward and back, side to side, figure eights, whatever it might be. Just let your head and shoulders be heavy so that your back is, your spine is being elongated. So you might be feeling a stretch in the legs, but that's not the focus. We want the focus to be in the spine. If you're like, yeah, my legs are yelling really loud right now, I don't even know what my back's doing, just bend in the knees. There's plenty of legs stretching coming up, so there's no rush to get there. We'll bring it back to center. Release the hands, heel toe the feet together, big toes come to touch, just a little space between the heels so that there's space for the ankles, and we'll inhale to a halfway lift, hands on shins, like you're making the number 7 with your body, crown of the head towards the wall ahead, tailbone towards the wall behind. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you all the way up to stand. You can bring a little bend to the knees. Heavy head comes up last, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Arms sweep up when you get there. And exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, eyes follow fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. We'll bend to the knees to protect the lower back. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins. Exhale, hands down to the ground, right foot takes a giant step back. So to make that big step back, bend in the left knee. If you're trying to step back with a straight front leg, you're not going to get as much distance. So both knees bend, put the weight in the left foot, the right leg gets sent back. Back so far back that the left knee ends up on top of the ankle. So if it's here, you've still got space. Scooch it back, scooch it back. Release the right knee down to the mat. Don't drop it. Release it nice and soft. Point the toes and press the top of the foot strong into the ground. So strong you could lift the knee. Arms sweep up overhead, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, releasing the shoulders. Down the back, inhale, maybe a little chest tilt up towards the sky. Exhale, hands release down to frame the front left foot. Right toes tuck under, left foot steps back to meet the right. Plank pose, straight line from the heels to the crown of the head. On an inhale, shift onto tiptoes, so shoulders go from above the wrists to just past them. And then we'll chaturanga, which means we're lowering down halfway. The elbows make 90-degree angle, point the toes, and press the chest forward. If you start to come down for your chaturanga and you're like, I need to touch the ground, that's fine. You can come all the way down onto the ground. Trying to get your chest and your hips to touch down at the same time. Yep. And then we'll come into cobra or upward facing dog. So if you're on the ground right now, zip your feet together, squeeze your glutes, pressing the hips into the ground, and just lift chest and shoulders. If you're from a chaturanga, from halfway, just flip the toes. It's kind of the same shape, but your legs don't touch the ground. Still, the chest is pressing forward, and this is Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Bring a little bend to the elbows so that you're still building strength and not just hanging out on your joints. Full breath here. Then toes tuck under, hips press up high, downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, finding your spacing. The closer your feet are to your hands, the deeper the stretch in the legs. The farther your feet are from your hands, the deeper the stretch in the shoulders. So you want to find a nice happy middle ground where both shoulders and legs are getting a nice stretch and both doing the work. Fingers are spread wide, head is heavy. Eyes are between the toes or between the knees. The heels are reaching towards the ground, but it's okay if they don't touch. You're still in the pose, even if the heels don't touch. Just going to take a deep cleansing breath here, in through the nose. And an audible sigh up the mouth. And the right leg sweeps up and back behind you. Three-legged dog. Bend in the knee, stack right hip over left hip. So you're opening your hips up to that side wall. And exhale, tiger's pose. Knee comes in towards the nose, round in the back like cat pose like we practiced before. And then lift up onto the left tiptoes, bringing the shoulders up over the wrists. Right foot steps up between the hands. It's okay if that takes more than one step for you. No worries. Once again, we're going for knee over ankle. So scooch the left foot back if that's not so. Gently release the left knee down to the mat. Point the toes. Press the top of the foot, the shoelace part of the foot, into the ground so hard that you could lift the knee. So you just test that. Placing it back down, but keeping some of that engagement. Arms sweep up overhead. Chest comes up over hips. Hands come up over heart. Exhale, shoulders melt away from the ears. Another deep breath in. Give it a little tilt back in the chest. Exhale, hands release down to frame the right foot, left toes tuck under. And step the left foot up to meet the right at the top of the mat. Big toes come to touch, just a little space between the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale rolls you all the way up to stand. Arms sweep up when you get there. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Squeeze in the glutes, keeping the hips just a little tilted forward. See, you can see like the band on my pants. This is level. But when I tuck my hips under a bit, it's like a slight tuck under. It just protects the lower back. We're going to go for a little back bend here, just reaching back behind you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Left foot takes a giant step back. Remember, we're bending both knees to get that distance. Send that left foot back. Right knee over right ankle. 90-degree angle. And then we're going to inhale, arms come up over the hips. It's just like before, but now we're in a high lunge instead of a low lunge. If that's like a big sweeping, like the balance isn't quite right for you, that's all right. Just bring the hands onto the knee to stabilize. So you can get your shoulders up over the hips. Still trying to keep the knee over the ankle. It's really tempting to straighten it, start straightening it out. We're building this quadricep muscle, pressing back through the heel, squeezing the glutes. The left hip presses forward, right hip pulls back. So there's a pulling in, like your feet are pressing in towards center. Arms come up overhead. If they're not there already. Deep breath in here. Exhale, relax the shoulders away. Another deep breath in, and begin to tilt the chest just like as you did before. And on this exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides like a cactus. Like you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, like you're going to touch your elbows together behind your back. And inhale back up through center. Exhale, hands down to the ground. And release the left knee onto the mat, nice and gentle, and tuck the toes. And extend the right leg straight for our Ardha Hanumanasana. So now we get to release that leg a bit, bring some length to the back of it. You can windshield wiper the foot side to side. Comes back to center, deep breath in, on not tiptoes, but on tented fingertips. Lengthen in the back. And exhale, fold over like you're gonna touch your nose to your toes. Just another deep breath here. And walking the hands back. Foot plants down, bend in the knee. Left toes tuck under. Send the right foot back to meet the left for plank pose. Straight line from the heels to the crown of the head. Inhale, shifting forward, shoulders just past the wrists. Bend in the elbows, chaturanga, or lowering all the way to the ground. Tops of the feet flip. And pressing through for Bhujangasana Cobra Pose or our upward facing dog. Either way, glutes squeeze tight, chest presses through. We're tilting the chest open towards the sky. Deep breath here. And piking the hips up to downward facing dog. Like you're making a triangle. Hips are pressing up and back though towards where the back wall meets the ceiling. All that energy is going up and back, out of the wrists, fingers spread wide. Deep breath in. Side out. Another deep breath here. Left leg sweeps up and back behind you, reaching for length, then bend in the knee and stack left hip over right hip for a three-legged dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale, knee comes in towards nose for tiger's pose. Rounding in the spine like cat pose, lift up onto the right tip toes, shoulders come up over the wrists, and left foot steps up between the hands. It's okay if it takes more than one step, just get your foot up towards your hands, scooching the right foot back if necessary to get that right angle with the left knee, using the knee for stability, or just sweeping up to your high lunge. Working towards shoulders coming up over the hips. Deep breath in, and exhale, shoulders melt away from the ears. And we're working to keep that deep bend in the front knee, pressing through the back right heel. Hips are squeezing in towards center. Left hip pulling back, right hip pressing forward. Another deep breath in, tilts the chest open towards the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactusing them out. Shoulder blades squeeze together, trying to get your elbows to touch behind your back. Inhale, back up through center, fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, hands down to the ground, and left foot steps up, or rather right foot steps up to meet the left. Big toes come to touch at the top of the mat, a little space between the heels. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you all the way up to stand. Arms sweep up when you get there. And exhale, hands to heart center. Yes. All right. Squeezing in the glutes to just get the hips to slightly tilt forward to protect the lower back. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Tilting the chest towards the sky just as before. We press the hips forward, reaching the arms back. Just your fullest, sweetest back bend. Back up through center into a forward fold. No rush. Going one extreme to the other, so we're not snapping back and forth. We're just taking our time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down to the ground. We'll step back with the right foot. Oh, yes. Step back with the right foot, left knee's bent. Gently release the right knee to the mat. And I did not forget about Ardha Hanumanasana on this side. Well, I did, but now I remembered. So I'm extending this left leg straight. Give it a little space. So you want your hips to be over the right knee. Here, a little freedom in that movement. Just windshield wipering side to side. Give my hips a little twist left and right. Find that center place. I just flex through the foot, toes coming in towards the face. Deep breath in. Tented fingertips, length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. It's like my nose are trying to touch my toes to start. Really more so going for length. You'll feel the depth. There's no rushing hamstrings. They're gonna take the time that they want to take. Breathing fully here, breathing even through the challenge. We'll walk the hands in and under, bend in that left knee. So bring it back to tabletop pose. Shoulders over wrists, knees below hips. And we'll send the right leg up and back behind you. Just like before, we're coming into our extended tabletop pose. Left hand reaches forward. Then bend in the right knee. So the foot's coming in towards the glute. And left arm, like a big circle, sweeps behind you like a backstroke to grab onto the foot. Get a good grip. Foot kicks into the hand. So it's kicking up and back. And I let my left shoulder go with it. So I'm twisting the spine to open up that left pectoral muscle, the chest. Shoulder stretch, quad stretch. We're breathing fully here. The harder you kick, the easier it is to hold the pose. It's a little counterintuitive, but if you try it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Then like pressing rewind, we gently release, back through extended tabletop. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Inhale through the nose. Audible sigh out the mouth. Left leg reaches up and back behind you. Right arm sweeps forward. Bend in the left knee. Backstroke with the right arm. Reaching back to grab the left foot. And then kick the foot into the hand. Let the right shoulder open out to the side, having a twist in the spine. We're breathing fully here. The head looks where it feels good for the body. The ground is always going to be the most stable. So if you're playing with balance, you're not afraid to fall, which is good because you're not that far from the ground. It's okay if you fall. You can shift your gaze around, look up towards the sky, or even try closing your eyes if you're looking for a challenge. Then we'll release nice and gentle, like pressing rewind. Back through extended tabletop pose. Hand releases down, knee releases down. Nice work. Drop the hips off to one side. Get a little closer. Get a little closer. Coming down to, you guys can't see him, huh? He's been right there next to my feet the whole time. So cute. Okay. Coming down to seated. Bending the knees. Feet come together. For Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. M9 easy. Hello, my friend. Did you see the doge? She's so cute. So this is like a little butterfly pose for kids, but so nice for adults. I think we need it more. Just making a diamond with my legs. Doesn't matter how close your feet are to your hips. Mine are different every day. And we're just going to get a good grip on the feet, ankles, or shins. Take a deep breath in to get tall. And exhale, hinge forward from the hips. You can reach the arms forward, just draping the body over the legs. Or if your hips are feeling like they want a little more stretch, grab the ankles and bend. Grab the ankles and press the elbows into the knees. So as you pull in with your arms, that'll leverage the knees down towards the ground. The goal is not to get the knees to touch the ground, it's just to get to the edge of the flexibility or your range of motion with the hips. I've been doing this pose for like 2 decades and like my knees don't touch the ground, but I still love it. It's great. There's really no end point. There's always more. There's nowhere to get to in yoga, only here. Now one last deep breath in this posture. Roll back up to seated. Bring the knees together. Scoot forward. Make sure there's space behind you. Hands come behind the knees. We'll press the chest up towards the thighs and tilt it back for our boat pose, Urdhva Navasana, upward facing boat. So the feet just come up. We're working towards shins parallel to the floor. Breath in here. And on the exhale, hands can come down by the sides, releasing the knees. Inhale, hold where you are. Exhale, open up the angle just a bit. Inhale, hold the position. Exhale, extend the legs just a bit. Inhale to hold. Exhale, extend. Inhale to hold. Exhale, extend. Just hollow body position over just hovering off the ground. And the next exhale, let it all go. Full body stretch. Awesome, awesome. Bend in the right knee, pulling it in towards the right armpit, avoiding the belly. Flex through the left heel, pressing as you're pressing the wall away. So just breathing here, really squeezing that thigh in to the body. The shoulders stay relaxed. Release the right leg down the length of the mat. Left knee pulls in towards the body. I just let it pull in towards the side. So avoiding the belly pull. The knee in towards the left armpit. Shoulders totally relaxed. Head totally relaxed. Neck's not doing any of the work here. Right heel flexes as if it's pressing the wall away. Left heel is just relaxed, not doing anything, just along for the ride. Release the left leg down the length of the mat, and both knees come in towards the body. Reach around the knees, trying to grab opposite elbows. Asana. So you can give yourself just a nice little hug here, squeezing the knees in. Let your head release onto the ground. You might try to press your tailbone into the ground, so like your sacrum rather, like your lower back. And just imagine getting every vertebra on your spine to touch the floor. So it's a tuck of the chin, a pressing down of the whole spine. Releasing the arms, feet come down to the ground, heels close to the butt. Feet maybe hips distance apart. Fingers or arms down by the sides, fingertips can graze the heels, or they're just headed in that direction. Slight tuck of the hips, you can feel your lower back. Press into the ground, and then peeling the spine up off the ground, one vertebra at a time. Hips rise, then belly, chest, until you're up on your shoulders. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Squeeze in the glutes, press up towards the sky. Maybe if your shoulders have the space, you can interlace the fingers, holding your own hand below your body, and use that to tuck the shoulders even more under, pressing the fists into the ground, hips rise up towards the sky. Or breathing fully, breathing so fully in fact that if you were to look down past your nose, you could see your belly rise and fall with each breath. We'll release the hands, untuck the shoulders, and lower down one vertebra at a time. Heavy hips touch down last. Let the feet walk out to the edges of the mat. Just allow the knees to sway side to side. Just windshield wiper side to side. And notice, is there any last movement or wiggle or pose that your body is asking for that would really round out your practice, that would make you feel satisfied and restful in the body? So when we go into Shavasana, our final meditation together, there's no jitters. Every body part that called for your attention in our first body scan has been addressed and accounted for. And just take this next couple moments to go through that movement. It doesn't have to have a yoga name. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It can be a wiggle or a shake, a common stretch. All class, we tell our body what to do, and now we just ask back, is there anything we can do for it? And as you're ready, as As you're winding down, we'll meet in Shavasana with legs down the length of the mat. Feet come at least hips distance apart, legs so relaxed that the feet naturally splay out to the sides. Shoulders tuck under, supporting the chest, and arms release down by the sides. Palms face up towards the sky, a symbol, a mudra of receptivity. Allow yourself to receive the benefits of your effort here today. Eyes can close if that's comfortable. If not, a soft gaze towards the sky is just fine. If this posture is not comfortable for you, your lower back, bend in the knees and feet come out to the edges of the mat. Knees knock together for broken bridge pose. Lift the hips, slightly tuck them under, and then gently place the hips back down onto the ground. This will give your lower back the space it needs. So, in broken bridge, or Shavasana, or seated, if you've been practicing seated, of course, please continue. You're welcome to stay. We will head into our final meditation together. Shavasana is all about integration. Integrating the practice, the lessons learned, the movements, the stretches, the strengthening into our bodies and into our minds. Building up muscle memory, awareness. I think of it like building up a relationship with myself. I get to practice listening to my body. I get to practice acknowledging my thoughts and my emotions. Sergio, welcome. You are just in time for Shavasana. I can't wait to talk to you about your stream after. Hello, hello. Yes, practice your practice. Exactly. So we'll start with 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose and an audible sigh out the mouth, just like how we began. And just allow the breath to continue. In and out through the nose if that's available. Invite space between top and bottom teeth. And the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. Eyes rest heavy. The muscles surrounding the ears relax. Neck and throat relax. Shoulders and shoulder blades melt away. Upper arms and elbows rest. Forearms and wrists release. And the palms, fingers, whole hands rest. there was silence. Notice if in your breath there's ease. Notice if in your body the places of tension have found space. The places of restlessness have found peace. Allow for everything that did and did not happen in class today. And know that in yoga, practice makes practice. Gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes as your breath begins to deepen. Head gently rocks side to side. And arms reach up overhead for a full body stretch. Knees can bend and roll over to whichever side feels natural, landing in a fetal position. You can use your arms as a pillow. Fully released and fully supported by the ground below you, bring to mind any intention or dedication you set for class today, or take a moment here to set one now. And if that intention inspires you, take it with you off the mat and into the world. Allow it to affect you and the people around you for the rest of your day. With eyes still closed or gently lowered, press your hands into the ground to come up to a seated position, just like how we started class. Hands come to meet at heart center, palms pressed together in Anjali Mudra. Today we worked on a full body stretch. Really, we focused on opening the hips, quite a few chest openers as well. The first namaste is said silently to yourself, thanking your body for the effort it put into class. And the second namaste is said out loud to the community that held this space. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who joined me this morning, or today. It's morning for me. I don't know what time it is for you. I appreciate you. Your energy makes a difference being here. Should let Lucy in, right? She's been locked out this whole time. This is Ace. He's my dog for the next 2 weeks. Dog sitting. Of course, I'm always here to answer yoga and meditation questions, life in general questions, although I don't have anything to show that I know what I'm talking about in that case. Ravenfire, so glad to see you today. I've missed the last few weeks. Has your schedule changed? No, I've just been traveling. Let's see, the first week of, I did teach the first week of October. My parents were visiting, and then my sister flew me out to Florida for my brother's birthday and engagement. So I was on a plane the second weekend. The third weekend I got invited to Joshua Tree. So I was in the desert last weekend. Yeah, but I'm back now. Zozo Sat. Oh, Enzo! Hi! Welcome, welcome. And my knees, yeah, I didn't even make tea this morning because I was walking the dogs, but I just have water. Yeah, usually I have tea time and hang out and answer questions. I'm gonna hang out and answer questions now. I never put a kettle on. Sad. I'm home alone. Should I say that on the internet? I'm not home alone. I have like giant dogs here, like multiple. But Daydream, some of you know him as Daydream, some of you know him as Patrick. He's in New York right now for the Extra Life fundraiser. I usually go every year too, but I'd already said yes to watching Ace, and just with all the craziness of how much I had already been traveling, I it just like wasn't, this year just wasn't in the cards, but they did so well, guys, or they're doing so well. Today's the last day. I'll put that in there. I love your sessions. Look forward to this time on Sunday mornings. Thank you. Yes, apologies for being so inconsistent this October. I felt really proud of myself for like being so consistent all year. And then October hit, and yikes. How are things? You look healthy. Oh, thank you. Have you gotten fresh air and sun? Yeah, I have. In fact, I'm spending a lot of time at the beach. So, like as much as possible. Actually, most of the times that I go to the beach, it's at night to like watch the moon and like have campfire. So I'm actually not tanning. Oh, yes. Oh, no worry. No, wow. No worries. Yeah, let's do 3. So you're not rushed. You guys, I have this huge project. Can't wait to tell you. No apologies needed. I feel like, but I do feel, thank you. But I do feel like, I really love this, and I really like hanging out with you guys and streaming, and yeah, I like to be consistent. Everyone is starting to get back to business slowly. Yeah. So something crazy but like really cool that I haven't really like told that many people about. Like I haven't even told Instagram about this. Some of you guys know me on Instagram. Like I share a lot, but I got hired by, or Pat did too, by Topo Chico, like the seltzer company, like the sparkling water company, to create a sculpture using repurposed bottles for a film festival next weekend. So it's like a film festival. It's happening in Laguna Beach, which was like, it was right near Huntington Beach where that like terrible oil spill happened. So yeah, so we're focusing on sustainability, and I'm building, like, that's why there's like bottles everywhere. Those are all mineral water. I'm not an alcoholic. Thank you. This is like probably the biggest corporate job I've ever gotten hired for, art-wise for. So I'm really excited, and I'm working on it all week, and I'm gonna finish it probably in the next couple of days. Definitely in the next week, because the film festival is next Saturday and Sunday. So I actually don't think I'm not gonna be here next Sunday. But I might stream in more classes during this week, so that at least there's some VODs up, Ravenfire, so that maybe you can watch those. I do have all of my videos up of past classes on YouTube. I know it's not the same, honestly. Like, thank you. It's totally not the same as live. I like totally get it, but just putting that out there. Yeah, so I'm really stoked, and I really want it to go super, super well. So yeah, I'm sculpting all week, which is really dope. Maybe when I'm further in the process, I could like stream part of like the ending of it put together. I don't really know. I've never really done an art stream before, but multiple people reached out to me about it. I don't know, I kind of feel like this is like a yoga studio. I know that Twitch is not a yoga studio, because I go on Twitch for other things, to watch people do other things, but like my stream just feels like this little moment in time feels like a little like yoga studio class. So it would feel weird to stream anything else, but I don't know, I'm just excited. I'm gonna be like sharing it all on YouTube, but not on YouTube, on Instagram, but I don't know. You can record it for video cuts later on YouTube or something. Yeah. Like Tobu Chico's gonna do like a whole promotional video and stuff for it, so it'll exist like on all their social medias too. So I'm trying to be good about like recording. this is me recording stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, yes, I will use art supplies to record me making art. I'm not, yeah. I'm really good at drawing pictures, guys. But when it comes to all the other stuff, I'm like, YouTube, how to life. Oh my gosh, we're getting a huge raid. Did they approve an idea, or are you on your own? You can record the video. Swiss, hello. Hi yoga. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello everybody. Welcome to stream. My name's Samla. It's like Pamela but with an S. Or I'm Three-Eyed Tiger on social media. And every Sunday we do meditation and yoga. We just wrapped up. Hello, Understancer. We just wrapped up class. We just finished Shavasana. So generally every class we do a seated meditation and some breath work, intention setting, and then go into movement, which is mostly yoga, but I also do some joint resiliency, some functional strength training, lymphatic shaking. I just like try to bring in some of the other physical or movement practices that I work through. I even throw in a little bit of belly dancing, but it's not belly dancing class, but I bring in some things that I've learned from those classes into the yoga class. And then we end with a nice long Shavasana, which is the final relaxation pose. And I play Tibetan or crystal singing bowls. Today we're doing crystal singing bowls, blue, for extra life. Oh, I'm not even typing. But I have a whole set that I'm to give back soon. So yeah, we're doing blue for extra life. Practice was great. Yeah, it just took it easy. Like we felt a little bit of heat, but definitely just like all levels, full body, just stretching out. Yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy today, but I also didn't want to do like a yin class. So it was definitely just like straight hatha class. But yeah, your colored singing bowls are so cool. Thank you. They're not mine. I'm just babysitting them. Just like this dog is not mine. I'm just dog sitting him. I definitely take. I don't. Pride is a sin, right? But like pride. I'm humbled that people trust me with their like most valued things in life. Like, my beautiful friend Alessandra, who's a Reiki healer and just like a magician, in the best way. Which she was traveling. She's traveling. Went to Burning Man. Like has been traveling, with her beautiful family, and she was like, I need my singing bowls to live somewhere, because I can't be bringing because there's 7 of them. So I think you've seen High Yoga. Quav, yeah, his name is Ace. There's 7 of them, so it's like, how are you going to travel with those? So they've been staying with me, and I've just been putting good energy into them and sharing them with Stream a lot. And yeah, I can, like, if you like name a color, like I can play a little bit. If anyone hasn't heard what they sound like before, it's pretty intense. And she just hasn't come back yet to San Diego, which is where I live. So I've just had them for like since like April. I think I got them in April or like March. I've had them for a while, so that's cool. I am giving them back eventually. And Ace I have for 2 weeks because his mom is in Costa Rica. So yeah, Lucy, my dog, the black one that's always in the stream with me, she's on the patio right now sunbathing. We've been having like kind of cloudy days in not in California, but here in San Diego. It was sunny this morning, so she didn't want to hang out with me. She wanted to hang out on the patio. I'd really love to have a singing bowl. Another Cali homie. Yeah, San Diego. Yokohana, hello. Yes. You're in NorCal. Quav. Where are you at? What part of the state are you at? And hi yoga, yeah. So I have right here. So these are mine. So I have Tibetan singing bowls. They're metal, and you can see this one's like hammered. So these have like a really different sound than the crystal singing bowls, but they still have like the resonance. And since they're smaller, they're a higher pitch. So the smaller the bowl is, the higher pitch it is. The bigger the bowl is, the deeper the sound. Sac City represent. Sacramento? Cool, cool. I have to admit, my only experience of Sacramento is that movie Lady Bird. Did you see Lady Bird? It takes place in like 2002 or something like that in Sacramento. I'm sure that's not like a fair representation of all Sacramento has to offer, although it's not a bad one. It's kind of like a love letter to Sacramento, like having grown up there. But yeah, cool. So cute. Yeah, he's great. I've been running with him too. Which I can't run with Lucy. So my dog's 8 years old. And she's the best. She's like literally my soulmate. But she can't run. She doesn't even like walk quickly. Like people are like, oh, does she pull on the leash? I'm like, yeah, behind me, because she's like wants to go slower. So yeah. But Ace is a puppy. He's only like a year. So he has like really high energy. He's like this because I took him for a hike this morning through the salt marsh before stream. So yeah, he's usually like hopping off the walls, but I've been like, no, we are going, like, I'm gonna have you tired out so that I can actually get work done. So we've been going on runs. I've taken him to the beach. I've taken him to the salt marsh. Taken him to nature trails, to the dog park. And I've only had him for like 48 hours. So we're having a good time. How was stream? How was Hi Yoga? How was your stream? Did you do class today, or were you just chatting? Should I change to just chatting? It's too late. We're here now. What did you guys do in stream today? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. So I've been on for a while. Cool. All right. So let's find. I feel like I should like pay it forward and stream and what's it called? We did gentle yin practice and guided meditation. Beautiful. I love that. Musa Boot is on. Muscle Church is taking confessionals. Oh my gosh. So you guys are going from a gentle yin yoga practice to tea time with Samla to Muscle Church. I don't know. Does somebody else have another streamer to raid into? Like a lot of it's kind of funny. Spread the love. Yeah, definitely. I just need to find fitness and health. I feel like Swiss always has recommendations for that. Oh, I think we're at like the top of fitness and health. Thanks, Hi Yoga. That's really fun. Okay. Well, yeah, then let's go ahead and just raid into Musa Boot, because I think that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on. Oh, I made this. I've made this mistake before and spelt people's names wrong and like rated into the wrong place. So let me not do that this time. Copy paste. It's /raid space Musa Boot. Yes. You don't have to, like, you ever have to, like, spell Wednesday out loud? You'd be like, Wednesday. That's me raiding into channels on Twitch. Hi Yoga, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome anyone who stayed to join or who's gonna hop into class next. Yeah, so I usually stream at 8:30 a.m. Pacific and end around 10. And Ravenfire, so much love. We have everyone, honestly, everyone who comes into class is like the nicest people ever. I'm sure you guys are too, because you just came from a yin class, and yoga people are just those kinds of people. So much love from me to you. Thanks for spending some time with me. And yeah, namaste, my friends. Let's go give Musaboot some love.